Hey everyone, happy Thursday. My name's Allison, and thank you for joining our community call. We host this space every Thursday, so please jump on whenever you can. Share the invite with friends, family, loved ones. And what we're here to talk about today, our topic is the value of consistency. And so we can see this play out in many areas of our life, of course, but we'll also focus on what we really bring to the table through our regenerative superfoods community, the value of consistency in what we're taking into our bodies. Because for food, many of us, that could be medicine, or food is fuel, or food is, of course, definitely love. Not only how we love ourselves, but our families and our communities that we serve, but the planet. So right behind me is this giant garden that my husband set up maybe like a year ago, right? And what I love about the process of a garden is that you start looking at a blank canvas, and then everything, all the work that's being done is hidden for some period of time, or a garden or a farm. And then when it really starts to fruit and bloom and come to life, all of that time and that commitment that you paid, that devotion, you start to really see the fruits of your labor. So how I'll dial that into our topic today is the topic of superfoods, nutrition, coming in through this wonderful, streamlined community of Purium, but also a bigger mission of the planet, people, regenerative agriculture at large. And what really got my attention almost 3 years ago, which was a game changer, is this wonderful woman. I met her at a park, and she said, "Have you ever heard about regenerative soil?" And that got my attention because I hadn't, but I was like, no, I haven't, but that sounds real. Please tell me more. And ever since then, my trajectory has completely changed. Hey there, kid. I see you in the background. Good to see you. So, what I'd love to just touch on today, we have so many beautiful, whole, organically grown foods to offer people to help them with a modernized lifestyle of still being able to get in this high integrity food, but to do it with the convenience that many of us need for the different paces of life that we lead. I see Rebecca on here. She's a homesteader from what I know of her, that her family's out there farming, doing the things. Chad and I are based in Chicago. We lead our own family-owned businesses. So there's all these different people you will meet along the ways that have found the same value in this beautiful, wholesome, simplistic food, but it's got the innovation and the modernization of what most of us need in the current faster paced world. So I want to point to the bare bones nuts and bolts where I started 3 years ago and haven't changed. Really what I've done is just added on. It's beautiful. I like to call it the magic box, because what I loved is this just made my self-care. I started with me, but very quickly my husband started jumping into the box because he was interested in what I was doing. And then we transferred this to our kids, and it just became a new standard of living for us, a new healthy baseline, like just a good equalizer, stabilizer for the family, so we can kind of spend our mental energy on other things, projects, dreams, relationships, all this stuff, and still know that we're being taken care of. And then eat plenty for fun, for a connection, but I'm not looking to all these other sources to fill my temple, which is my body. So the box, it is a comprehensive 5-point system, I like to call it. These are the 5 points. 1, bringing in regenerative superfood nutrition. 2, plant-based absorbable aminos. 3, gut health. And this is also a glyphosate removal piece. We'll touch on that. 4, deep restorative sleep. 5, alpha omegas, how we're getting in these healthy fats for our brains. And I just want to give you a quick little peek of what this looks like. If someone were to receive month 1, this is a little taste of what 30 days looks like. An ideal trajectory for us to reset the body's rhythm, internal terrain, to kind of build a healthy new rhythm is, let's aim for 90 days, but let's start with the first 30. So that's what this box looks like. Within this box, you will get superfood nutrition. Why I just want to show you these beautiful bags is because They're hemp and bamboo. They're home compostable. So we're not only making beautiful food and we're making it easy for people to get into their bodies consistently, just the way we're trying to teach our kids. We brush our teeth twice a day. It's a consistent thing we do, just healthy hygiene, right? Maintenance. And so the foods are a beautiful piece. We make it easy to get in because you throw these dehydrated foods, picked, vine ripened, but then dehydrated via sun and wind. So in the elements of nature, so the raw enzymes are still preserved like a raw food diet. So we're getting all those benefits. And then with the dehydration, you just add water because you get a really cool travel blender in the month one box. Blend it. It's really that easy. So for people running out the door to school, to the job, to the meeting, you now have the nutritional equivalent. If I were to take this power shake and put it in this blender, one serving size, which costs around $2.80 per serving of an organic superfood, the nutritional equivalent of 6 regeneratively farmed superfood salads. That's a lot of bang for your buck. And the whole backstory of like, I didn't have to go wash, chop, forage, formulate. If we look at this ingredients list, this is packed with energy. But what I love about plants and what makes a superfood is low caloric value, high nutrient density, low calorie, high fuel. And green plants absorb sunlight, sunlight being energy. We put that energy into our bodies. I'm fueled up. So foods look like this. We have different formulations for different tastes. I love this one because this boosts the body's own production of collagen. Collagen being very important for not only the beauty element of skin and hair and nails, the fluidity inside our body, being able to flow. So that's what food looks like. Plant-based aminos. These are organic non-legumes. Did I say that correctly? Something like that. Legumes, organic, non-soy, really clean aminos, and they're absorbed into the bloodstream in 23 minutes. It's a totally different process than me drinking a protein shake, having my body digest, which means I spend energy, and then extract the protein or the aminos and take it out. This, I just cut to the chase. The aminos are absorbed in 23 minutes into my bloodstream, which means they become available, bioavailable, 99% bioavailable, which means my body uses that. There's almost no waste. So normal proteins, my body has to do a lot of work to break it down, kick out whatever I'm not using, and then use what I can. The normal ratio is somewhere between 17 to 40% of what's actually used. The rest is converted into waste. So what I love about high function, good efficiency, it's like I don't have time to sift through fog and fluff. Let's just cut to the real deal. That's what those aminos are. They're great for helping to passively build muscle as we're aging. It's harder for us to, hey, Panda, thanks for jumping on. Passively building lean muscle, passively burning fat, increasing skin elasticity. So I've noticed a huge change in my body and my energy levels just from being consistent on all of this. And I love the science behind it. Science is nature. So the next component is biomedic. It's our pre and probiotic. But what's so pivotal and important that we are doing with plant-based solutions is there's a binder within this formulation that will bind to glyphosate inside of the body and help it get out. So glyphosate is a huge pivotal topic. We are such a community that's about education and leading people to resources. So let us know, but a great thing I'm just going to throw out for this recording, or we'll put it in the chat. There's a wonderful award-winning documentary called Kiss the Ground. It's great at storytelling about what regenerative agriculture is of the movement, but also what the harmful reality is of modern day living of what glyphosate is. But it is a chemical. It's a big contributor to what's damaged the soil for the planet, but also the damage to the gut microbiome, which is our second brain, carrying information to the first brain, absorbing nutrition, all the good things. So the reason why we put this 5-point system together in a nice, easy box for you is we can take care of the body from head to toe naturally, preventatively, hopefully, so we're not waiting for things to break. It's just a daily routine that yields giant results from doing all these small little things that are in concert together. The next element is deep restorative sleep. I love this. We use vegan little capsules. So this formulation is to get deep sleep, which is where we're balancing our hormones, where we're building our muscle from the workout. You know, life is the workout. When we sleep and are at rest, that's when the body, the amazing machine that it is regenerating itself, you know, coming down. So it can then pick back up and get into action. This final part of the 5-point system is the alpha omegas. Hey, thanks for jumping on, Karen. Good to see you. For alpha omegas, healthy fats for the brain. So it's a great little dropper bottle. I like us to see the different ways we present these superfoods because it could be a tincture that you drop. It could be a capsule. It could be a tablet. It could be food that goes in a blender or a mason jar, shaker bottles. So in the first box, you'll get a super cleanser, which is a parasite cleanse. So parasites are a huge part of modern day living. This is all plant-based. You don't have to be entirely plant-based to enjoy the benefits of this. But what this does is bring a lot of color, a lot of smart nature into the body to help the body do what it's naturally designed to do. Bring in the right inputs, and then we will be surprised at how we're able to perform in our lives. And then that travel blender comes in. So that's kind of what, and look, that's me emptying out a box. But that is this magic box where this journey started for me almost 3 years ago. And I not only do this consistently for almost 3 years, August will be 3 years. I've added on top of it because the more I've explored the apothecary that Purium provides, the more I've really fallen in love with how these different products are created to support the body for all these different reasons. And I'm all about aging gracefully and getting stronger with time. I've loved to learn about, we have our genetics and then epigenetics through life choices. What we lay on top of those, we can actually recreate the story. So for me, the value lies in the consistency. This food came in, gave me more energy to where we ended up joining a gym, which I was never a gym person. I was anti that. Come to find out, I love the gym because that's where mom can go take care of the body. But I had the right inputs coming in. I suddenly had more energy to give. And I returned back to caring for my body. Look at this thing. Come on. Caring for my body routinely, becoming an athlete again, coming back to myself again. And what also happens, it's not just the physical, it's the emotional, it's the mental clarity that comes in, right? So I'm able to show up more for myself, first and foremost in my life, but to my family and to my friends and all the things that we're building. So I would love to open up the floor for anyone to just jump in with a share of what you're loving about any of these superfoods, if you've got a favorite, or if you want to touch on the value of consistency in your life, the floor is open. Thank you.
Yay, Allison. Thank you so much for this topic and this conversation. And I love this community. And thanks for the garden tour at the beginning of this call. Your garden's looking amazing. And I love this topic of consistency, right? Because I feel like the first day is the hardest. Getting the shoes on is the hardest. Getting past those first few days, right? And then you actually do build a rhythm and a habit. And I remember growing up and, just playing outside, being active, running daily because I was an athlete. And it wasn't hard to do it daily. But then once I stopped doing it, it was so hard to get back into it. So, what I love about these superfoods is they're so easy. There's nothing easier than getting these superfoods into my body. And then they're refreshing and nourishing and hydrating and completely alive. They enliven my body and my mind immediately. And I get to share them with my family. And we take them wherever we go. Like we're going camping this weekend. So we're packing the superfoods because they're light, they're easy to travel with. You just add water and then all of our bases are covered, right? All of our veggies, all of our fruits, all of our nutrients, healthy fats, everything's covered and it's dehydrated. So it's easy to travel with, right? I wouldn't be able to pack that for a long trip, right? So I just love the consistency, the ease it's taken. Uh, I was watching a Casey Neistat video yesterday, and he was saying how it's actually easier to do the thing every single day than to not do it because it eliminates that choice where you rationalize, should I do it? Well, I did it yesterday. Well, do I need to do it? Well, I can do it tomorrow. So it takes away all that rationalization and then just simply brings you to it's easier to do it. And so I'm just really grateful for this consistency and to have the best nutrition in an affordable way. Daily. Takes away all those decision fatigue. So thank you.
Decision fatigue for sure. I love that. So Rita, you really zeroed in on momentum. Totally. With any kind of new rhythm we're setting for ourselves, it takes a lot of effort in the beginning to start something new and to believe in it. And inertia is a real thing. So an object at rest will stay at rest. When we drop the ball, it's a little bit heavier to pick it back up, but we can pick it back up. But an object in motion, a rhythm in motion, a dance, you hit that flow state and you create a new harmony, a new balance for yourself, for your family. I love that. Thank you. Mary Beth.
Yeah, I'm loving this conversation and everything you guys just said. I totally agree with that. It's like once you develop the habit, it's just what you're doing. And your breakdown of the superfoods was so good, Allison. And even though I already know all this stuff, it's just like that reinforcement and that reminder of like, yeah, this is why I do it every day. And for me, I've been doing these superfoods like consistently for 7 years, and I think the consistency piece is so key because I don't get too bogged down about a strict routine with it. For me, it's just like get it into your life every single day, whatever that might look like. Sometimes we're traveling, sometimes I wake up late, sometimes I do it in the morning, sometimes I end up in the night. Like I just really don't get bogged down by the scheduling of it. But my number one thing is just get these superfoods in my body on a daily basis. And that consistency, I would say, trumps any kind of like perfect schedule that I need to have or anything because yeah, it's just about getting it in. So I'm so grateful for this community that, keeps me on track and keeps me in those reminders of why I love being consistent with it. And I truly think consistency trumps speed or excessiveness any day. Like a little bit every single day goes a lot more than a ton once in a while, is my thought on it. So thanks for the conversation.
Yes, Mary Beth. I like how you talk about make it your own. Totally. Yeah. So with anything that I've learned in life, so I've with these healthy inputs coming in, and that could be an energetic input of finding a healthy community to share who you really are, who you're building, like what you're going to become, to find that space. And I found that a lot with this community. It's when you actually align with what you truly value, we all place value somewhere. So what you make time to get in within your day is where you hold value. And what I found also with this food, which has just become a new baseline for living, it's a new healthy reward system. I used to celebrate in ways that might have been destructive or it didn't align with. I said my goal was to get here, but then my actions were actually taking me out of line from that. So I like how you just, it's not rocket science. What I loved about this is I'm not a charter, but it does come with some people really want that accountability, which is why we host this call weekly. It's great to have a landing point for our community. But we have this tracker in here. It's in here. But to just start to maintain like this check-in point with self, and it becomes this routine that it becomes this unconscious competence of this is just the new level that we live at, or that I check in with myself and take care. So thanks, Mary Beth. Love that share. And feel free to jump on anyone else if you'd like to. I think Karen, I saw you moving, but you are muted.
Oh, I was just responding in the chat, but I did put a question in there. Thank you, Coach Rita, for responding. But I do have another question that's about the Apotha cherry. And I know, it's no longer available. Well, there may be some available. I have a few bottles, but can you just take that straight without adding it to water? And you just, because I mean, it tastes so good. Can you take it straight?
I think what you can do with most of these superfoods, and someone else will jump in as well, but once again, make it yours. I've had some friends who love just drinking the cherry straight, and it's fun how your taste will change. So I pay attention to on every label or package, there's a ratio of water, but like for instance, I overwater my shakes because I like more hydration. I like a thinner consistency. Add more water, take it out. The point is to get it in and make it palatable for yourself, but make it something that you love doing. Like my kids, we add it to soda water at nighttime and make cherry soda. And I've had some girlfriends make some really beautiful recipes of like some yogurt whipped toppings with the apothecary. So I think the more that you play with it, that's a really good sign because you make it you, right? Because I can do me.
Right.
Sometimes I can't do everybody else, but and then also me will change. It will evolve with times. Yeah, it's a great question. But I saw Rita shaking her head. Did you want to add anything to that, Rita?
Thank you.
No, it's great. I mean, it's you can take it just straight, or you can take it with water, or you could take it with hot water, warm water for like a tea. And I also like it with lemon juice, like a cherry lemonade. That's really yummy too.
Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Great question.
Mhm.
Hey everyone.
Hey,
You guys hear
Farmer
me?
Chad. Yeah, we
Oh
hear
yeah, yeah.
you.
Yeah, yeah.
We're all
Yeah,
waving at
thanks,
you.
Allison. Thank you. Thank you. And thanks for hosting the call and bringing up the topic. For yeah, and thanks for bringing up the garden. I mean, I love the garden, and it rolls right into consistency. I mean, I love having a garden because it comes with a plethora of spiritual analogies and metaphors and all this stuff about tending to your garden every day, and the consistency of it. So I do something in the garden every day, whether it's just pulling a few weeds or seeing something that's not there. Um, you know, uh, Things that I don't want to be there anymore. They're not attracted to me. They're not benefiting the garden any, and so I get rid of them and all the spiritual analogies that come with that. And the consistency. I like the phrase, and Mary Beth alluded to it. Thank you, Mary Beth. Consistency beats intensity every time, every time. And I kind of live my life like that. And as far as the 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 superfoods go, like it's become like I don't even think about it anymore, to be honest with you. I don't think like, oh, do I want to do this today? It's just part. I've done it for so long now. It's just part of the deal. Um, and that's what comes with consistency. It just becomes part of the deal. It's not even. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to, like Rita said, make a choice. Like, am I going to do this today? Am I not going to do this today? Do I feel like it? Feelings don't have anything to do with it. It's just it's part of what I do. And the benefit of that is, um, at least for me in my life, is I consistently get better. And it's not a straight shot up. Sometimes it's, down and then up and then, but it's consistently, if you look at it over time, it's like the stock market. It consistently goes up. And yeah, there's some down times, and yes, there's bumps in the road and there's challenges. I mean, life is full of challenges, to overcome or discard or whatever. But the consistency it's kind of like the foundation. It's like having a rock to stand on. You know what I mean? Like, uh, I have this rock to stand on, and I can build whatever I want, and I can tear it all down and then rebuild it if I wanted. But I have the foundation on which to live, and I like that in all areas of life. So, um, spiritually, mentally, and this part helps with the physical part of it. Plus the mental part of it too. Like, when I'm nourished, I have much better mental clarity. I'm not, constantly like, what was that in my body? Worrying and all this kind of stuff. Like, I know that I'm healthy. I'm sure I could always be healthier, but I know that I have this foundation, on which to build off of. So I appreciate it. I appreciate the topic, and thanks for inviting.
Thanks, Chad. Loves it. Well, this is Chad's garden back here. Give you a little final peek, and all of your shares really just brought me to a place of what I love about what this system, what this lifestyle has done for me. It's just created more balance. So balance means that there's going to be instability at times, but you always have a place to come back, as Chad was talking about, the foundation, get back to our roots, and really build from whatever space we want to and recreate that life that we dream about. It's truly possible. So thank you all for joining me on this call. I love seeing your faces and hearing your voices and your stories. And we'll be here next week. Thank you so much. Signing off.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone. Love y'all.
Much
Thank you.
love.
Love
Thanks for
you
coming.
guys.